right, I believe we are recording now. Welcome presentation students to the remote learning portion of the Panther Pride election. This is the question and answer session. Normally this session would happen in the gym, but obviously different times call for different measures. All of the candidates are here today to follow the same process, just so that everybody is aware. Each of the candidates we'll be answering 3 total questions. The first question will be the same question of all candidates. And that is to pick a plan that they have for Panther Pride next year and tell us on how they plan on making that happen. The second question will be from a list of questions that they were given in advance. They don't know what question that they're being asked, and they will respond to that. And then they will also have one follow-up question that may come at any point during the question and answer session based upon either content from their speech, content from their responses to either of the questions that have been asked. So that is the process. Any questions from the candidates before we get started? Lovely. All right. There is no rhyme or reason in terms of the order, so we will start with Grayson. If you can start just by answering that open question, give us a plan that you have for Panther Pride and how you're going to make it happen.
Okay, so my biggest vision next year for Panther Pride is more collaboration with ASB, because we're the 10 leaders of the school, and I think if we put all our heads together, we could make for way better events and just more unity within the leadership of the school. And more specifically, I'm thinking for Spirit Week, instead of ASB having to take care of all flex time events and lunchtime events, Panther Pride could take care of flex time events and ASB could take care of lunchtime events. I feel like it makes more sense. They will make for better activities overall, because it's 5 brains on 5 events, and then versus 10 or versus 5 doing all events. It just doesn't make any sense. So I think if we collab more on Spirit Week, it'll just make it a lot better. And then for mixers too, we can all be a council of 10 working on these huge school-wide events to just make for a much better turnout and less stress on ASB and more involvement in Panther Pride. I think it would really make for more unity and better success.
Can you maybe give a specific idea of something that Panther Pride would do during Spirit Week that isn't already part of Spirit Week and how that collaboration would work? Okay,
so let's see, this year, ASB during Flex Time, they had different judging of the meme day costumes and stuff like that. Instead, we could have our own ideas to fulfill during that 35-minute period. We could do meme day costume contest, or we could do stuff kind of how we did for a Halloween event, the Phantom Fest, where we had just tons of kind of festival style, popcorn stand in the courtyard. We had temporary tattoos, we had games. I'm just thinking activities like that to just up the morale of the school and make the Spirit Week more fun.
Awesome, thank you. Kira, you're up.
Yeah.
Give us a plan for Panther Pride and how you plan to make it happen.
Okay, so I really want to boost the morale of the school, and one focus that I have is making our spirit events and seasonal rallies a bit more inclusive and fun. I know that a lot of people aren't really that involved when it comes to spirit events other than the games, and I just want to make it a bit more interactive for the student body. And that's just one of my plans.
All right, so necessary follow-up then. How are you going to make it more interactive?
Okay.
You've got 750 kids in a gym and one sort of space to do it within. How do you get a lot of people involved in a rally or a spirit event?
One of my spirit event ideas is to have a Just Dance competition, which I feel is very realistic, considering we could use the projectors that we use during mass, and YouTube videos are free. And Just Dance can have so many people involved in it as long as you're looking at the screen. And I just think that it would be so much fun for everyone to get up and active during our spirit events and just really groove it out.
Would that happen at a rally?
Yeah, it could happen at a rally during one of our flex time rallies, probably, just so that there's a couple songs, and there could be a forum where people vote for the type of song that they would like to dance to. So there could be, I don't know, Just Dance probably takes 5 minutes. There could be a couple different songs where we have different people come in and dance.
Awesome, thank you. Elise, you're up. Give us a plan and
Cool.
how you are gonna make it happen.
Okay, so my plan is basically to make our spirit rallies right after our drive season and mission drive. This way we can kind of intertwine like our spirit and service more like we kind of do with our mag drive, and like we did this past year with the October drive, because I think bringing in that spirit and service together just makes like it way more fun. And we could use the platform and like school-wide attention and attendance to let everyone know about all the accomplishments that have like happened over this period of time, because I think sometimes people get they trail off during homeroom and they don't always pay attention, but having that school-wide audience would really be beneficial, so everyone could just hear all the amazing stuff that we've done. And this way we can also collaborate with CI, so they can help us in knowing what we've done and what has happened. And specifically for the winter drive season, we would announce who won, because that's our big competition between class levels. While at our mission drive rally, it could be saying what each class brought in, because I know that we all have big goals, lofty goals that we want to make, and basically let everyone know. While at the same time, we have our dance competitions between sports and activities to bring in that spirit and fun of just recognizing everyone and bringing it all together.
Awesome. Great idea. Ella?
Okay, so my biggest plan for next year would be to increase participation in school spirit. And I thought the perfect way to do this was through, like I mentioned it in my speech, like through the method of like doing a stamp system at events that qualify, like sports events, robotics competitions, drama productions, and you'd receive a stamp when you attend those events, and you'd get a prize once you get a certain amount of stamps. And I think this would be like a perfect way as an incentive for students to come to events and really show support for a prize.
What types of prizes would you be giving away?
I think it could depend on how many stamps you get, but I was thinking like stickers, some prize stickers, lanyards, and maybe if you like get a lot of stamps, you get a free dress pass.
There's I think some logistical things to think through in terms of offering things. How would you go about paying for the swag that you'd be giving away to increase spirit?
I think we could do a fundraiser like through a bake sale, or which would also like create more awareness for the need of more school spirit. And we could like mission drive, like do donations.
Okay, great. And then Michelle, tell us about one of your plans.
So one of my ideas is to have a cheer squad. And in my speech, I talk about how in no way am I qualified to have a cheer squad, and I've been cheered since I was like 6. But I think it'd be a really good way to like increase school participation, and I think that'd be a really way for prep students to be more interested in like coming to sports games if we have people there. So I think for a lot of people, it's like you don't want to go to a sports game because you like don't want to be alone when you're there. If there was like an entire cheer squad and the student section was like super fun, then it would be a lot more enjoyable for everybody, and the athletes would feel like a lot more supported.
Awesome. In terms of a cheer squad, that would be kind of, maybe you could describe a little bit more about what that looks like. I think probably a lot of people's associations would go immediately to cheerleaders. Is that sort of the vision of what you're talking about? And then as a secondary question, how do you plan to promote school spirit across school activities and not just with athletes? Because I think, again, what you're describing seems to be a little bit more specific to going to games and getting people excited about that. How do you promote and cheer on the activities of other students outside of sports?
So I was thinking that like it's not stereotypical like cheerleaders like what you would see and stuff. Like I know that St. Francis has a spirit squad. I think we could have something similar to that, and just like being there and like being a super positive community for everybody and supporting like extracurricular events and stuff. And then like aside from just like supporting athletes, just being like a really positive experience for like the school in general, like at pep rallies and stuff, like getting everybody excited and like announcing things and like working with Panther Pride together to like partner and like show our school spirit in a more like larger scale.
Okay. And Isla?
So one of my ideas is to add more variation into our rallies. I think that right now they're super fun, but they're also very consistent. And I think they have the potential to be a lot more fun than they are now. I think that rather than just doing like our class colors for the rallies, we would do themes. And I think the best way to make this happen is to ask the student body what they want. So setting out forums where they could like suggest themes or games or music, so that the rallies are really what the student body wants and have the input of the student body, so everyone who's going is having as much fun as they can.
What do you see as the purpose of a rally?
I think that the purpose of a rally is to get the entire school together and just have a moment where we're all united as a community in our school spirit and really just being proud to be a part of our school.
Awesome. And so you're a student. If you were asked
Yeah.
what you would want to see at a different rally that was different than some of the ones that have happened, what type of rally would you ask for?
I really want to do a glow in the dark night themed rally. I know a lot of the other schools do night rallies, and they always look like so much fun when I see them on Snapchat or Instagram or wherever. So I really want to do one of those, and I want it to be glow in the dark themed. So we would all wear like white or like colors that would like light up in the dark, and we would have like glow sticks and things like that, because I feel like that would be really, really fun to do.
Awesome. Thank you. Kira, back to you. In your opinion, what is the most important activity you have participated in at Prez and why?
Okay, so I've been involved in 3A sports. Here at Prez, I did field hockey. I've been doing soccer all 3 years, and I just started water polo this past year, which was super fun. So I'm going to say that the athletic department is probably my biggest pride and joy, because that's where I met all of my friends, well, the majority of my closest friends, just bonding on the sports teams. And I continue to just meet such amazing people on those teams. Even this year, the incoming freshmen, I met so many of them, and they're just so much fun, and I just love meeting new people there.
Awesome. Thank you. Ella, how would you define the role of a Panther Pride officer, and what qualities or experience do you have to help you fulfill that role?
I think the goal of the Panther Pride officer is to promote all school events and really promote it so we can gain participation to make school spirit really skyrocket. And I think the qualities of a Panther Pride officer, what they need to have are motivation and excitement, because if you don't have excitement for what you're promoting, then no one else will want to attend. But I think if you like show motivation, like you need to do this because it'll be so much fun, other people will want to do it as well.
Thank you. Elise, what is one of your favorite Panther Pride activities that currently happens, and what would you like to do to improve it, or what are your plans for making it better?
I would say not as much as an activity, but just in general, the Spirit Council that we incorporated this year. I definitely think the group itself has a ton of potential in being like a great group of collaborating with. And I think we can definitely, in like 3 separate ways, just improve the club by outreach, planning, and assistance. Outreach being they are the student liaisons of groups and clubs on campus. So reaching out to those groups and seeing what they want to see at the specific Panther Pride events, so we get to know and we get the inside scoop. And then planning being actually helping us plan these events. So instead of just 5 of us in a room seeing what we want to have happen, there'd be more people seeing with their opinions of how they want these events to look like. And then the actual assistance in running these events, such as setup, actual facilitating, and the cleanup. I'm just thinking of a specific example at our winter rally. Yeah, we had just 2 students help us with the music, and that made a world of the difference for us Panther Pride officers, because less stress of having to run back and forth and see what song is playing next, what group is going. So I think just that idea of 3 separate ways that they can all help us make Panther Pride and make like all of our events a lot better.
What do you see as being the big difference between Student Council and Spirit Council? And how do you see Spirit Council being something that students want to be a part of?
I see Spirit Council as like an opportunity for students to get involved with Spirit in a lesser fashion than Student Council. Like Student Council is amazing. I've been a part of it, but as a Spirit Council liaison, it's kind of like you're already in a position on campus, and with that position, like with whatever club you're in, and you get to take what you know from that group and bring it to Panther Pride, because Panther Pride's job is to be the spirit leaders of the school and to really recognize everyone's accomplishments. So bringing in people who understand all the accomplishments of everyone and helping us out and recognizing all those people, I think is why you would want to be a part of Spirit Council. So yeah.
Great. Isla, why do you think you'd be a good role model for students at Press?
I think I'd be a good role model because I'm a very enthusiastic and passionate person. So everything that I do with Panther Pride, I'd be excited to do, and I would really make sure that I was encouraging everybody else to get involved in it too. And I think that when you're trying to encourage people to do something, it's really important that you're showing them that you're excited about it too. And I think that my involvement in different clubs and activities on campus can really be an example to other students about how even when you do have a busy schedule, it's still possible to be involved.
Awesome. Michelle, what do you think are important qualities for a leader to possess? And which of these do you feel you have and believe would benefit students at Press?
I think being a leader is really important to like think about what others want and like taking their opinions like into consideration. And I think that one of my like qualities is like I'm super considerate and like what people think, and also like passion's really important and like having the drive to like want to do things, not having to do things. And I think that for me, like I want to like improve things and like I want to work hard to like get to that. So not just like having to do it because you have to do it, but like loving like your goal.
Great. And finally, Grayson, what do you think is the most important event that Panther Pride hosts, and what will you do to make it successful, or what would you improve on it from your work this year?
I think the most important event that Panther Pride hosts and like carries out are rallies, because it's truly like the most unifying spirit event like the school has, because we have like festivals and we have stuff like that, but that's like kind of like if you want to participate you can, versus like rallies that are like everybody's there in the same room, like we're like unified in our common spirit and pride in the school, and it's truly like the best platform to like recognize all of our like amazing students at this school, like whether that be through announcements. Like this year we did a lot of like because ITS can't necessarily like do their show like at a rally for us, so we did a lot of like stand if you're part of this ITS so we can like give you a round of applause, like stuff like that, because they're truly getting recognition on a school-wide platform. And I loved our change this year with how we made it rallies like more inclusive, because we included not only like varsity sports but like also like robotics, speech and debate, JESBA, like we tried to incorporate all the different groups, and we also like made it an option. I definitely want to carry this next year. Like we made it an option to not have to do the dance if you don't want to, because a lot of people were like that kind of made them like not want to be a part of it with like having to do like a dance. And so I think just giving them like the option, like you can do another sort of talent for us, and if you want to opt out, you can totally opt out. We just want to find a way to recognize you. And I just think that's like the best way to increase like pride in your school. If you see your peers around you doing amazing things, you're like, wow, like I'm really a part of a great community. And at rallies, like, the chance to highlight all these like amazing things. And then like another one of like a little fun idea I have to add to rallies are like all the games we do. I think we should start keeping track and have like not like a spirit trophy, like not that big of a scale, but kind of like a little prize at the end of the year. Like that way they have more incentive to participate in the games, because we can keep track of which class level wins each game, and then we can also have some spirit council people like put on like referee shirts and make sure no one's cheating, like just kind of make it a more like official, like you are competing right now like for a prize. I think it'll make it like more fun, and we'll get more volunteers, and that's my plan for spirit rallies.
Awesome, thank you. Well, I want to thank all of you. You have 6 great candidates to choose from, presentation students. I hope that all of you will invest the time in reading the things that they've sent out and making sure that you vote when that happens. So best of luck to all 6 candidates. Thank you for your time today. And that is a wrap.